Today we're discussing the most iconic
but devastating
love story of all time.
If you've not guessed it, we're talking Wuthering Heights.
Oh,
Please, sir, contain your fingers.
I can hear Ryan Gosling saying it to me.
yeah. Oh, no, you're well enough. I'm just having a moment, guys. Hi, I'm Georgia.
I'm Abby.
We are going to be discussing, in this episode, our favourite book quotes of all time.
We also have some very unhinged feelings towards Wuthering Heights, so we'll be discussing book v film.
Talk to me.
Okay, so quotes. Kind of wanted to give ode to something different. Exactly. Obviously, you know I'm a big thriller girly.
Ooh,
no, don't get
she got
excited.
me excited. I'm not a thriller reader, but that got me a little bit excited.
And it turns out the thrillers don't quote farm. Like, there is nothing. So I had to go
down the wide web for a good thriller quote, and it turns out everyone just kills each other, so it's not that romantic.
So I had to go down the romance genre.
Okay.
So
have I.
have you?
It better not be the same book.
It's not. But do you know what I think? Romance really gives on quotes.
Yeah.
Like, they always do.
And I think that's why we like fantasy romance so much, because I feel like when it's like your life is constantly on the line, it pulls out the best.
Honestly, I think I would just become a poet if I was in the fantasy world. I would be a literature queen.
The only thing that's interesting is that we both, although there is so many fantasy romance, I know you've just started your journey, but I have read so many and I still picked a contemporary romance.
I've took anything from Akamath, but I thought no. I was going to take a quote from Iron Flame, but I thought no, because we talk about them all the time. I cannot bring them up again.
We're trying to grow from Bob Wing, but it seems to creep its way into every episode.
Every time.
So rest assured, we can put whatever topic on this title before content.
If you want us to talk Fourth Wing, we will. We're happy to.
Don't give us an excuse. Don't tempt me.
So my quote is from one of the most famous modern romances. It had a film made about it a few years ago now. One of the most devastating books and films I think there ever is.
I don't know what Abby's picked, but you're giving clues.
Go on.
So give me some clues.
If you read this, you're guaranteed to cry. If you watch the film, you're guaranteed to cry.
And it was out a few years ago.
Yeah, long time
Big
ago.
film.
Yeah.
Oh, long time ago. Big
Like
film.
so the film was like mid-2000s.
The Notebook.
Bang on.
Really?
Yeah.
I've not read The Notebook.
So devastated.
Is
Killed
it?
me. Okay, so my quote is, I am nothing special, just a common man with common thoughts, and I've led a common life. There are no monuments dedicated to me, and my name will soon be forgotten. But in one respect, I have succeeded as gloriously as anyone who's ever lived. I loved another with all my heart and soul, and to me, this has always been enough.
Oh, no, you're well enough. Just watch us make ourselves cry for however long this episode is.
Isn't
That
that
is
one of the most
beautiful.
beautiful quotes?
That is stunning. That's like got me a little bit.
Because it's so true, even in real life.
You are really fighting for your life right now. Do you need a minute? Let's give you a minute while
Because,
I get mine up,
I can hear Ryan Gosling saying it to me.
Yeah, it needs to be Ryan Gosling saying it.
Only him.
Or some random man that I make up in my head.
Can say you didn't say that quote farm, Rebecca Yaras. I've got you a quote for the next Fourth Wing book.
Right. Come on. I am an indecisive cretin. So I have picked two, but it is from the same book. You know what I'm doing?
I mind
I don't
do.
know if I mentioned it. Do you know? Yeah.
Well, it depends. Are they all from the same book?
They're both from the same book.
Yeah, then.
Yeah. Okay.
You're getting in your feels again.
Yeah, well, there's just so many, because the thing is that I found them, because I've lent the book out to friend of the pod,
Caitlin.
and it is on Kindle Unlimited, but I just thought, well, it's like one of the most famous ones from it, so then I ended up on a Goodreads quote haul, and then basically I've taken loads of screenshots, so like I'm distracting myself with the other quotes from the book, because it's so beautiful. Okay, you're just going to get some quotes from this and you're already on the cusp of tears, so. Can you die from a broken heart? Do you know? And if I did, and they cut me wide open, would I bleed loving him? When they lift my heart out of my chest cavity to weigh it, does it weigh the same as his top lip? Is his name carved into my third rib to the left? Bones of my bones, flesh of my flesh. He's killing me. Loving him is killing me too, and I'm afraid, because how many loves, really, do you get in a lifetime? How many chances do you get before you let it go? So that's the first quote.
Oh my god. That's the start, that first
That's
bit.
quote one.
That first bit though, that got me.
And you die from a broken heart.
Yeah. If they cut me open or something.
And if I did, and they cut me wide open, would I bleed loving him? Once you're done with what you're currently reading, you need to read this series. It is so beautiful. Yeah, that's really got
That's
you.
wild.
Painful things can still be beautiful things, in case you didn't know. It's another just cute. That wasn't one that I intended, but it's just.
No, it's nice.
And this was the other one. How many loves do you get in a lifetime? I remember wondering that. So this is kind of in response to this quote of her like talking at a later point. So how many loves do you get in a lifetime? I remember wondering that. How many people will look at me like he does? Not just like I'm the sun, but like I'm the whole goddamn universe.
Oh.
How cute.
Yeah, it's really sweet.
This series just like.
And what series is it again? Remind me.
So it's, oh yeah, in case you didn't know, it's Magnolia Parks universe.
I've never heard of that series.
Really? It was one when, before I read it, I'd heard of it, and I didn't know why I'd heard of it. But it is pretty famous.
When was it released?
I don't actually know. It's either late 2000s or like teen.
Oh, okay.
Or whatever. Like, I think it's not finished. There's one more book to come, I think. Interesting thing about it is basically the first book follows two people, like the girl and the like Magnolia and her love interest. But then what happens is the way the authors wrote is the second book then follows someone else who is barely in the first book, is in like one or two scenes, but then like her love interest is heavily in the first book and also is like connected to them, like it's a friendship group.
And you're not offended by the character shift, because I know how you feel about character shift.
I hate a character shift. Akatar gives me nightmares about the character shift, but no, I am heavily offended about the character shift in this series, because what happens is they happen at the same time. Love interest in book 2 is in the friendship group from book 1, but she isn't, so it goes from a completely different route. But then when book whatever of Magnolia's ends on a cliffhanger, you've got to go back and read like someone else's story, and then you go forward, so it's like 2 books at a time, bring the plot forward. It's so
That's
clever.
wild.
But everyone prefers book 2, the girl Daisy hates. I don't. Of course.
Yeah.
Of course I'm
once you get introduced to a character, you don't let them go.
But, like, Magnolia's the dramatic one with quotes like that. So I am a feels girly, and she has me in my feels like right now. But what I would say, which I think is a nice little segue into our next bit, I think Magnolia and BJ are the modern day Kathy and Heathcliff, and I don't think after those quotes I even have to explain why I think that.
Yeah, immediately I get the vibe.
They're like the modern day socialite, bratty Wuthering Heights. So
she's giving drama queen the way that Kathy gave drama queen.
Yeah. Magnolia is obsessed with Magnolia. You will live for her. And I was saying to a friend of the pod, Caitlin, that she needs to read it because she will love it. And I feel like, you are very good with like aesthetics and like your vibe. It isn't Magnolia's vibe, but like you can respect a good strong woman.
Yeah.
A good, strong vibe. So I think you'll really like it.
Yeah, love a strong FMC.
So there's your book crack, I guess. I knew those quotes would entice you.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not normally a contemporary girl, to be fair. Like, I like when they're fighting against something in the world amongst the romance. But actually, do you know what? I'll take it for a spin.
It's toxic as hell. It is genuinely like Wuthering Heights on steroids in modern day.
I'll take it for a spin. I just got to get through a never-ending TBR, but I'll add it to it.
But if you need a refresher after front of class,
very
true.
No. I'm doing a reread of Akatar, and I don't care how
Fair.
It's got to be done.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Maybe post
Screw the
book
club,
6.
You're just going to go and start doing an Akatar reread before the
Post book 6.
Wuthering Heights. We have both read the book and we have both seen the film.
Mm-hmm.
So So we are going to discuss book v film and our favourite Wuthering Heights quotes, which I probably guarantee are exactly the same quotes.
100%.
What was your, if you had to sort of give some quick fire thoughts on Wuthering Heights, what would you do? The film.
Devastating.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit on a high horse and say, oh, it wasn't like the book, it wasn't like the book. Like, we all know it wasn't like the book.
Yeah.
What I will say is because of that, I feel like it could have been any movie.
Right. Fair.
But I got the interpretations and I did like it and I did love the love story. I felt more sympathy for them in the movie than I did when I read the book. Like, they pissed me off in the book. Like, I was annoyed at both of them at various different points.
Yeah.
And I thought Heathcliff was a bit more of a savage in the book than he is in the movie. I mean, the savagery is still there, but I think it's tamed. Yeah.
Yeah, which is an interesting choice on some of the things that they didn't tone down.
Yeah.
And some of the things that they did.
The dog.
Oh my god.
Wild.
What you did.
And I would say, again, going back to the interpretation thing, fine, do your interpretation. There were things in that, and it goes back to my point about it could have been any movie. There were things in that movie that changed that I don't think needed to be changed.
The dad and the brother.
Yeah.
Why?
Doesn't need to happen.
There's no interpretation with that. You just
No.
merge characters for no reason.
Just for, like, I think the ease of a plot, to be honest.
And to not pay another actors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
The budget was big for this film as well.
Yeah, but they spent it all on Margot and Jacob, evidently. I went to see it with my boyfriend, and he came out of that, and he was like, it was done on a budget. And I was like, why was it done on a budget? And he's like, they literally used 2 houses, and that's it. And can I also just say, we came away from that movie, and my boyfriend broke the whole premise of the movie down, because he was like, we left, and he went, why didn't they just get a divorce, and why didn't they just run off together? And I thought,
Fair.
honestly, tell that to Emerald Fennell, because honestly,
Charlotte Bronte.
yeah,
Don't
so
go
true.
blaming
Tell that
Emerald.
to Charlotte, and it would have just ruined the whole premise of the book.
Well, I'm glad that, your boyfriend took something meaningful, because so did my boyfriend.
Can you tell Margot Robbie was in this film? We got both our partners.
Let's go and watch a classic literature film.
It was what I used to convince him to go and see it.
Yeah, my partner took away from that. I was sobbing.
Genuinely sobbing my eyes out. I turn around and I go, okay, some thoughts.
Loved how transparent Heathcliff was. Loved the consent king. I was like,
Consent King!
I was like,
That's true. Do you want me to stop? No.
do you want me to stop? And he was like, he said it several times. Like,
each step, like, he really gave her an out, and I was like, wow, we are really simplifying
find things to make Heathcliff a green flag.
anything so the man wins. Is what I'm hearing from that. Anything so the man isn't the problem. Well, actually,
He's a consent king, so Kathy was the problem.
I was just like, okay. He turned around to me and was like, are you crying?
And I genuinely, because we went on premiere nights at all like hardcore
Wuthering Heights times. It was all women and my partner. And I was like, take a look around.
He literally looked around the cinema.
Everyone's crying.
He literally was like, I am the only person in this cinema not sobbing my heart out. And then
No one got up for like 5 minutes. And he was like, is it like a Marvel film?
is it like something after the end credits?
What's coming? At the end, she's just died. She's just
What
died.
do you need? I was like, no, everyone
Everyone is emotionally destroyed other than you, so they are actually taking a moment before we leave the cinema.
including myself, so sit away.
I was
Honestly.
the same. I cried all my makeup off.
Yeah,
We
I
went
had
on
to go out
Valentine's
after.
Day.
I was in Newcastle. I
I had to go out. I was in the bathroom like with tissue, fighting for my
I
life.
thinking a bit of lipstick was going to save my face.
Horrendous. And him just staring at me going, well, he was a consent king.
What are you crying about? Like, did we watch the same film? Because I've not been the same since. Like, I have
No,
not been the same.
you were in emotional hell after that, I think.
I honestly think
I have never been so affected by a film I've watched in
Yeah.
my life. I would go that far.
and I think my thoughts on the film, the book, in a way, is I think there were some questionable decisions.
Yes, the dog thing, merging characters, like we said, 100%, but
Was the soundtrack nailed? absolutely,
Yes.
was the quotes, the meaning of the quotes nailed to a level I have never reached with them before.
Yeah,
The quotes are beautiful, but the way, when I think of the quotes, I think of them in that little tunnel as adults when he is saying to her, you have broken your own heart.
Yeah,
and in
I
doing
did
so,
not
you
break.
have broken mine.
Yeah. I did not break your
And I
heart,
think
you
of
broke
the
yours.
imagery, symbolism of it being in the same place they stood as children.
Yeah.
Like them coming back to that place, the way that the quotes land, the way there is no other than the rain, there's no other sound.
Yeah.
Like, it's very simple scenery, them and that aesthetic.
Yeah.
The aesthetic we've already said, we're not looking for new information, so we can solely focus on the words. I just think the quotes were done so beautifully, and as people that have read the book, I didn't cry at the book.
No.
I thought the quotes were beautiful, but I didn't fester. They didn't.
No, because I think you were annoyed at the characters, so you don't cry over it as much because you're also frustrated with them.
Yeah.
I think with the movie, it's made in a much more empathetic way that you're heartbroken for them. That just their decisions and the way that life has played out for them both, you actually look at it and you think, oh my god, I feel so sorry for you. Like, I would hate it if my life turned out like this.
Yeah, and I think also the way that even the little things, the things that didn't, they mattered in the book, but not as much, and obviously they exaggerate them in the film. So when she's younger and her dad brings him home, and the fact that she was like, you can be my pet, and she was like, Nate, I'll call you Heathcliff. And then later on, when she is like to Nellie, I named him. Like, he is mine. I named him. I am Heathcliff. Because of the setup of her as a child having that outlook of him being her possession, it supports that it doesn't matter what Kathy does in Kathy's head, because she's entitled to him as of right. She can go and marry, but that man better be there at her beck and call for the rest of her life because he is hers. And I think the way the film did that hit so much harder than the book.
Agree.
Like, I think the way that it really honed in on the quotes, I think the other stuff, I think we chatted about this where we said, or it might have been with Caitlin, but I was saying that obviously the book was taken off the shelves at the time, right? It was a controversial book. It's very hard to make that story controversial nowadays, unfortunately, because there's so much worse going on in the world.
Yeah.
So how does the director do that? Well, she puts the dog scene in. She puts sexual innuendos left, right, and centre to get into Kathy's mind of she probably was a sexually repressed woman, right?
Yeah.
Most women were in that age because you couldn't speak about it at all.
Yeah.
But then, so I think that's why the shock factor elements in. Get people talking, get the Telegraph to give her a 1-star.
The opening scene.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I thought that was going to be something entirely different, as did George. And when it actually came on and it was like what it actually was, I was like, oh my god, I was not expecting that. The shock factor immediately.
Yeah.
And sorry, can I also just say, going back to your point about soundtrack, the song, like the bit, oh, I think I'm gonna die in this house. At that opening scene.
And the man talking over him, that John's speech in that song.
Amazing.
And the dramatics, the foreshadowing.
The
foreshadowing in that. Like, so clever. Because when I heard Charlie XCX was doing the soundtrack, I was like...
Strange. Don't know if I get the vibe.
She nailed it.
Yeah. Could you imagine a little bit of Von Dutch over
And the other song, oh my god, when she was walking to marry Edgar.
Oh yeah, you love that.
I want to walk down the aisle to that and everyone's telling me no. That's so dramatic. That's so haunted.
You're giving, Kathy.
Give me my moment.
On your wedding day.
Everyone should be scared. Everyone should feel haunted when I'm coming down the aisle. I'm floating down the aisle to that. So beautiful, so folky, so Irish heritage, gorgeous. It just, and I think of the veils blowing in the face,
stunning. The cinematography was next to nothing. It was amazing.
I'll sit and look at prettiness for 2 hours.
Do you know what I actually did like? This is such a minor thing. George was creeped out by this, but the hands with the mantelpiece, like the hands climbing up the mantelpiece. Did you see? You must have seen this, where they're all sat in like Mr. Linton's house,
Right.
And it's the room with the red floor, and it's all white everywhere else, and the mantelpiece is all just hands. Like,
Oh no, I didn't see that.
you should look at it. It's really cool.
I thought you meant the bit. Do you know, like when they when everything's going wrong, she's like losing her mind a little bit, and she's envisions herself sat on the bed with his hand on the bottom of it. I thought a lot of people missed that because it was at the bottom of the screen, and I was like, we've got to talk about the eggs. Yeah. What was your reaction when she sat on the eggs?
When she sat on the eggs, I loved it. When he sat on the eggs,
I felt sick.
Awful.
What were the fingers doing?
Yeah, why do you need to do that? Gross.
Felt like a really rogue Easter egg advert, like cream neck.
Oh, please. Sir, contain your fingers.
Horrendous. Like, Nick Lord is attractive, but that I was like shriveled.
No thanks.
Yeah. I don't want to watch this in a room full of people.
When he comes back as a gentleman and the mist clears and he's there. Delicious. What was that, sorry?
The hoop earring.
The hoop earring. Sorry, also ASMR.
The hoop earring, like, shone for me. Like, he turns round and, like, stole my attention.
What a stunning, stunning man.
What a stunning ear. What a stunning earring. I was, like, chokehold. Like,
and the gold tooth.
Yeah.
Man knows how to match his jewellery.
My blinky pirate. I guess we should end on, because we started on quotes, we should end on our iconic
100%
Wuthering Heights quotes. So, obviously, we've already talked about Ian Heathcliff. I feel like there should be, like, a round of applause back out for all of it. Well done, Charlotte. Brilliant, Ryan. I am Heathcliff. Whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same.
Stunning, 100 out of 10, no notes.
And it just... I also love the fact that the quotes lead into each other. That bleeds into that she is Heathcliff because they are the same soul.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean, Charlotte? How are you this clever with tuberculosis?
So good.
How are you throwing this out? Oh. Pull yourself together. I'm like you now. How am I not crying in this episode already? Because I filled up and I'm Nolly Pops and now I'm filling up. I cannot live without my life. Why do I feel like
Wait, is that it?
No, I'm trying to get it all out.
I was going to say, I'm sure that quote goes on more.
Listen, I'm auditioning for my role.
Steve
I'm pretty sure Steve will. It's when he's scared.
it is.
Shall I lie on you? I cannot lie on you and deliver my GCSE Oscar performance. I cannot live without my life. I cannot live without my soul. Again, the soul.
Are you going on and finishing off the quote? Did you write it down?
I got on it.
Oh, okay. I like the bit where he goes on to be like, take any form.
No, that's the separate bit. Trust the process.
Sorry.
Trust me, girl.
I'm too eager.
Yeah. But again, soul imagery. And I guess it's probably now I'm reading them all out together, I'm like, they are all saying the same thing in a beautiful way. Which, like, you know, people struggle in books to get one thing said this beautifully, to nail the same thing over and over and over. Be with me always. Take any form. Drive me mad. Only do not leave me alone in this abyss where I cannot find you.
This is my favourite.
Yeah.
I think it's so beautiful because I think anybody who has lost somebody like that they're like one true love, I just think that resonates with so many people.
Do not leave me alone in this abyss where I cannot find you. Wow.
Beautiful.
And I think a final thought from me, I guess, on the film coming from that quote that I was disappointed with from the film, and I actually had to explain.
I know what you're going to say, and I agree already.
Yeah. And if you are a feels girly, if you are a Wuthering Heights girly, you will have walked away feeling the same. Because I went for a second time with one of my friends, and she didn't know the story, and I had to like genuinely sit and justify where the plot goes. But like, how can you end with the scene with him reading that quote and not go on to show the fact she actually comes back to him?
I agree. George didn't know anything about what. Obviously, he's not read the book naturally as a boy. But he didn't know anything about the story, and he had no idea that the second part of the book is that she haunts him. And I think that actually in itself as like something that in itself is kind of like the thing that everybody knows about that book, more than actually kind of what we saw in. You kind of see the first phase of the book, and I think actually if I was to talk about Wuthering Heights as a book, generally, that to me is the bit that most people would know and think of before like the love story when she's alive.
Well,
I don't know, maybe you don't agree, but
it's the best quote from the book. It's the most powerful. The Kate Bush song is on the premise of it. Like, I was kind of disappointed that song wasn't included, but then I'm like, well, they couldn't include it because she didn't come back
didn't haunt her.
And also the fact that, like, you know, the Mr. Lockwood thinks he sees them together on the moors in the book. Why was that not the ending?
Yeah.
Why was there not, like, a shadow or a silhouette of them holding hands together on the moors? Like, beautiful. And I just think the main message I get from the film is, as toxic as it is, like, as they were the same soul, and at the end of the day, because of their love surpassed death. Like, even in death, it couldn't take them away from each other. And I take that as the powerful message, because that's what that quote is screaming. Like, he's saying, come and hold me. He's challenging her. He wants that. And I think so few people in real life would say, oh, I love my partner so much that I would want them to come back and hold me after they pass, because I cannot let them go.
Yeah.
And that shows the delusion level, the toxicity level, how this was not a normal relationship. This was beyond
obsession.
love. Yeah. And I think it just is so beautiful. So that was the letdown for me.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. We spoke about that, and I think we both had the exact same thoughts where that is concerned, but that's because we're book girlies.
Yeah. We're feels readers and we're book girlies. And I've not been the same since that film.
No.
Like, I've cried at 80% of the books I've read since that film.
No. Somebody send me Jacob Elordi in the post, please.
Literally. I feel I need him as compensation.
The suffering I'm still going through.
That would be enough.
I went for a second time and I cried from start to finish. I'm like,
because you knew what was coming.
yeah, and my sister-in-law is not really an emotional person. She was like side-eyeing me because his opening credits were going up and I was crying.
We needed to go together. We could have festered together.
Yeah. Me, you, and Caitlin need to do a watch together and just bask in it.
Friend of the pod.
Yeah, friend of the pod, Kate. We are now going to end on our segment shouting out indie authors, new and noteworthy authors. Indie author shout out. Which book should we do first?
I think so. We both read this, so let's start off with this one. I think.
So join read one.
Yeah.
Because we've been busy gals. We can't both read all of them.
Busy gals. Yeah, we both shared this experience. So we both read Anomalies by Rachel Erin. I don't know. Do you want to tell me your thoughts and feelings?
Yeah.
And we can talk about the tropes. And obviously, if the tropes are something that you enjoy reading, you will know that this book is for you.
Yeah, so want to preface, all we are doing
is we are telling you a little bit of what the book's about, enough to get you intrigued about it,
telling you the tropes, discussing some general thoughts, but
not spoiler thoughts, just general vibe thoughts. And then if it sounds like it's something for you, we will tell you where we got it from. We are not rating, we are not giving sort of, oh, we would recommend, we wouldn't, we are just, this is just a general segment of shouting out and spotlighting the authors.
and this is our first one.
Yeah.
So
Exciting. This book, sort of human, unfound, unknown witch.
Yeah.
And she gets thrown into it. She doesn't love a life. She's got sort of abusive foster parents.
Yeah.
Thrown into this new coven. And everything takes off from there, really. It's
Sorry,
sort
absolute sidebar here. Can you just tell me how you say coven?
of coven.
Isn't it coven?
I thought it was coven.
It's coven.
Isn't it coven? Don't you have a witch's coven?
I thought it was
Is it coven?
No, I don't know.
Well, we'll both stand firm in our choices, and then you need to let us know if it's coven or coven in the comments, because
Someone is wrong, and I don't know if it's me or you, but I'm sticking to my guns.
because this is an entire life thing if this is wrong.
Continue, please.
Yeah, so she kind of has to find her way in this new coven.
And what is going on, and there's lots of secrets to be unveiled. There's like her past
That she's digging into.
Mm-hmm.
There's just lots of little elements.
in this, but I would say it's a slow burn, but it does pick up in the last 50%.
Yeah, I would say I really enjoyed reading the MMC. Like, I liked him.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, he was nice to read about. I had a crush on him. And I liked their relationship.
It really came from nowhere, my love for them, though. Like, the first half, I was like,
I'm intrigued, but I
Yeah.
don't know. And then I was like, I did tear up towards the end.
Yeah.
so, some of the stuff in that, and I was like, I really like these two.
Yeah.
Sorry, give me a captain. Give me a captain.
Yeah.
Give me an instructor.
Any day of the week, because Zayden is my number one MMC
Of all time.
Absolutely.
He was a wind bleeder, so give me that energy.
Yeah, I liked the captain energy. It was
Yeah.
very Zayden energy.
coded.
And we're always here for Zayden.
And I think, you know, trope-wise, give
Me a book where he trains her. Give me
Yeah.
an FMC finding herself and a strength.
Agree.
like every single day of the week.
And I would say there's a lot of unanswered questions in this as you get towards the end of the book. Not that it's like to a point where it's unsatisfying, actually it just makes you want to read on. And I think the second book is coming out soon.
Interestingly with this one,
There is a novella out.
there's like a 1.5 kind of vibe out that goes back to the human realm where we started
This book, you get little glimmers of the human realm, but not a lot.
and there's some of the FMC's like family and like long time
Found family and friend. So the novella goes back to them apparently, which
which we've not read yet.
Mm-hmm.
But then book 2 is out, I believe,
2nd of August this year.
Okay.
so August this year. Book 2 is out. It kind of was left a little bit cliffhangery.
Yeah, it
So,
was. Very much
I
so.
will be pre-ordering
Yeah.
this.
Because
Because
I am really interested in where it kind of goes, where the author takes it. I got
mine on Kindle Unlimited because I rinse Kindle Unlimited monthly, I'm not gonna lie.
I get my money's worth, trust me. So if you have Kindle Unlimited,
Free. Where did you get yours?
I got mine off Amazon.
oh fab.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're a Prime member, you'd have next day delivery, so you
Mhm.
can literally snap it up. If
That sounds like it's for you. He trains her. MMC giving Zayden.
captain of the Coven energy, and there's a bit of mystery. There's a bit of like
Yeah.
kind of
Figure out what's going on.
And who she is as a person.
Yeah.
She didn't know where she came from.
and I feel she like is finding herself,
Yeah.
finding her strength.
Yeah.
Then go and read it. But yeah, I guess
That's the end of
Yeah.
the Wuthering Heights.
Spiralette. You have enjoyed this episode.
Please subscribe and
Confirm
like.
if it's Coven or Coven.
Yeah, please do.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks.